Hello, everybody. This is Lowell Thomas, greeting you from Squaw Valley, the Tahoe National Forest, here where the 8th Winter Olympic Games are in progress. This, as you know, is the greatest spectacle in all winter sport. The world's best skiers and skaters have come to this remote valley with the odd-sounding name, Squaw Valley. They have come to win if they can, to lose if they must, above all, to take part and do their best. Behind the excitement of the competition, there is another story. The story of planning, of building, of work, and of safety. Safety in the snow. This site for the 8th Winter Olympics was selected by the Olympic Committee well in advance of the Games. This area was selected because the surrounding peaks, KT-22, Squaw, and Little Papoose, contain some of the best ski terrain in America, perhaps the world. Most of it is within the Tahoe National Forest. A rather tight little valley, this, named Squaw because Washoe Indian women once rested here while their men foraged in the mountains. It took several years to create an exciting Olympic city here, a city different from any other anywhere. Actual construction was limited to the warmer months because some of the heaviest snowfall in the United States is right here. Plans included a great arena to seat 8,500 people, 2 spectator centers designed with 9 sides to afford great expanses of windows, a village to house and care for some 800 athletes, race courses, skating ovals, ski lifts, and a most unusual parking lot made of sawdust and snow, and it worked. Many organizations and individuals cooperated with the Olympic Committee in this enormous venture. These included, among others, the state of California, the National Ski Patrol, Willie and his gallant men, and meeting its land management responsibility, the United States Forest Service. The men of the Forest Service saw to it that the natural forest setting was retained, not only for the sake of beauty, but for safety reasons as well. This slope is subject to strong crosswinds. A jumper can have perfect control of himself, but not of his environment. The trees, they are here to protect him, for a gust could endanger his life if it were not for the forest windbreak. Wind and drifting snow are the enemies of a ski lift. Therefore, lifts in this area are protected by forest strips. Every tree has been pronounced fit for guard duty by professional foresters. Snow safety, most important words. And these men, wearing the Forest Service shield on their parkas, are snow rangers. They are guardians over safety in the snow for spectators and competitors. They have developed a snow safety plan. And an avalanche map for the information of all skiers. Hazard forecasting is a key step in the safety plan. Here an anemometer measures wind force. These slopes near the top of Squaw Mountain, so good for skiing, have quite a history of destructive avalanches. The rangers, alert for evidence of dangerous conditions, remove an unsafe area from use. Avalanches are not prevented. They are shot down, dynamited, or skied down at a safe time when they are still small. Unstable snow is cascaded away by skiing across an avalanche trigger point. This is called protective skiing, a tricky procedure to be used only by the most expert. Sierra storms create conditions that require a closer watch by the snow rangers. The work goes on in the stinging wind and the driving snow. These men are skilled in the business of snow safety. Behind them lie many years of managing and keeping safe the winter sports areas in national forests right across the country. I've seen these snow rangers and worked with them at other places, such as Alta on the Wasatch National Forest in Utah. That's where the avalanche control work of the Forest Service started. Every year, a cornice builds up here, builds up of snow curling over this ledge like a cresting wave, and it must be brought down to be safe. Explosives placed by hand have proved effective. The safety rope could be a lifesaver for the ranger. A baby avalanche. A bigger baby. A bigger baby still. Some of those chunks weigh around 2 tons. .75-millimeter recoilless rifles which can be moved about, and 105-millimeter rifles mounted on platforms. They are fired at points which cannot be readily reached by the men on skis. Bit by bit, the avalanche hazard is blasted away. Three of these big Army guns are zeroed in on strategic locations near the tops of 2 peaks. Sights are set so that even in a blinding storm, the men can be sure that they are hitting the target. Fire when ready, Monty, while I fall back. When control action is completed, then slopes and race courses are safe. Thousands of people arrive for the opening of the games. They come over new highways by car and by bus. The compactness of the area will enable the visitors to really see what's going on this time. The 5 rings, they represent the 5 major continents linked together in friendly competition. The flame brought all the way from the hearth of a little Norwegian cottage, once the home of Sondre Norheim, who is called the father of modern skiing. Teams from 30 countries are here. Some of our group. Colorful pageantry is a traditional accompaniment to the games. An athlete from the host country has the honor of pronouncing the Olympic oath.
In the name of all competitors, I swear that we will take part in these Olympic Games, respecting and abiding by the rules which govern them, in the true spirit of sportsmanship, for the glory of sport and honor of our country.
Doves of peace fly overhead, or are they pigeons? So the games begin. The ladies' KT-22 downhill course designed to include enough bumps, turns, and sudden drops to give plenty of interest to this race. Here a turn dubbed Airplane Corner, iced over unexpectedly, and gave many of the girls too much of a challenge, one they didn't expect. Many of them lost the race right here. Speeds in a men's downhill often reach 60 miles an hour. The slalom demands more pure technical skill than any other event. All of our racers' reactions are rigidly tested. The race is run in 2 heats through a complicated series of combinations. Anyone willing to climb a mountain and stand in the snow can see the race. Some spectators prefer the cold seat. This is for the birds. The winner must achieve the lowest combined time for the 2 slalom runs. Cross-country racers are incredibly tough. They run from 18 to 30 miles over the snow on their thin, light skis. And they rarely slow down if they hope to win. A lonely race. Even the most seasoned athlete has to have plenty of courage and determination to get him across that finish line. The combination of the skills of both hunter and cross-country skier is required in the biathlon. The exertion of skiing long distances puts the contestant before a small target with pounding heart and shaking hands. Every missed shot adds a penalty of 2 minutes to his running time. This, the first biathlon ever held in a Winter Olympics, and it may be the last. At any rate, it's been voted out of the next Games. This is hardly a spectator sport. Only race officials are allowed on the course. Not even managers and trainers can follow. Spectators gather at the speed skating rink. Countries with colder climates have always produced the champions in this sport, but tracks like these, artificially maintained, may change the situation. The skaters race in pairs against time alone. They alternate on signal at designated times. The inside track is used at the same time by other skaters for warming up. Thrilling ice hockey inside the arena. This has been called the fastest game on earth, extremely popular because of its speed and action. And the United States team is causing plenty of unexpected excitement here. They were pre-game underdogs, and now they've upset all predictions by winning this game with the Russians. Their play earning them the first gold medal ever won by a U.S. team in hockey. And the winning performance of the undisputed queen of figure skating, Lovely Carroll. Another contender and champion showing his mastery of acrobatic turns and leaps. The designer of the big jumping hill at Squaw said, "This is the type area we always seek, but seldom find." The jumper's crouch reduces air resistance. He soars forward, seeking the flight position that will give him the most distance. The forward lean is kept as long as possible. Skis and body become airfoils. The jumpers use their hands like rudders. shock of landing is absorbed with bent knees, one leg ahead for stability. The longest jump doesn't necessarily win. Form as well as distance is scored. Victory ceremonies crown each day with pomp and pageantry. The winner stands highest, second place on his right, third to the left. So the days pass far too quickly and the grand spectacle is over. But at Squaw Valley, the facilities and the opportunity for wonderful winter sports remain, as they do at other national forests throughout this big country of ours. If you'd like to count them, as of this moment, there are 177 winter sports areas in all on some 85 of the national forests, a great training ground for our American youngsters. I've been to most of these myself, and they are, well, they're indeed magnificent. It's good to realize that these national forests are ours to use, ours to enjoy. What greater delight for man, woman, and child than the wonders of America's winter playgrounds? So long,